Has Manchester City's transfer window been good or has it been bad? Well, the incomings have been good. The outgoings, however, have been bad. So, let's talk about that. KDB's gone, Scott Carson's gone, Kyle Walker's gone, Perone's gone, along with a couple of fringe players. Is that enough? Absolutely not. We need a lot more gone. Players need to leave. So, either one of Akanji, Stones or Ake, preferably from the defence line, definitely need to go. I'd say Akanji because the others are homegrown. Obviously, we got a homegrown problem. I'd rather Stones because he's injury prone go. Ake's a little more injury prone than Akanji, and Akanji's probably the most fit of all three. But as far as a homegrown problem goes, Akanji. And Akanji would probably bring the most money. Not like we got a problem money-wise, but Akanji would probably bring the most money. It's probably the best decision to be made. So either one, Akanji, Stones, or Ake, preferably Akanji, right? I'm not adverse to Diaz leaving. You know, it's not the best outcome, but if you told me that we could only have one leave and that one leaving was Diaz, I wouldn't be averse to it. Now Diaz is a very good defender. Don't get me wrong, but when does Husanov and Heist play? When you have all these defenders. Now, Diaz is a last-ditch solution for me. And like I said, Akanji is first. And Stones, Akanji and Ake are definitely first on the list. But I'm not adverse to Diaz going. Is what it is. My decision. My opinion. Same problem in midfield. Grealish, McAtee and Phillips are pretty much gone. Cemented is gone. If they stay, they ain't getting game time. We know Bernardo is #1 captain, so he ain't going anywhere. Gundogan, although hinted to Galatasaray, news has since come out saying, he's got another year, we'll talk about it then. So it doesn't look like Gundogan's going either. Apparently he's staying to do his coaching, but remains to be seen. Who knows? I was thinking if Gundogan stays, then obviously he'd be up there for a captaincy position. But obviously, if he's doing his coaching, then maybe he's not going to get on the pitch a whole lot. It's not too bad that if he doesn't get on the pitch, it's not bad. But if he's there, Pep, he might just think, oh yeah, let's give Gundogan some time. But yeah, not for me. Kovacic is injured. The allure of an injured player isn't great, so we need to lose a couple youngsters to loan. I think, although not ideal, I think loan spells for Echeverry, Bob, and Naipan. It just has to be. These players, they're phenomenal players. I'm excited to see Bob. I'm excited to see Echeverry. I'm excited to see Naipan. Although Naipan, I know he ain't going to be there this season, but you know, stuff needs to be done. Players need to go, and not permanently. Obviously, Bob, Echeverry and Naipan not permanently. Echeverry, I was so excited to see him this season. But when he's keeping the likes of Bernardo, he's keeping the likes of Gundogan, we're forced to keep the likes of Kovacic. We just won't get to see those youngsters. Or if we do, little FA Cup appearances, Carabao Cup appearances. Not what we need them. Not what we need them for. We need them for the big games. We need them to be changing games. And if they don't play, then, you know, they're not advancing in their career. Hard decision to be made. But like I said, don't want to see him going. Echeverry, Bob and Naipan, they're going to have to go out on loan. And I pretty much knew Naipan was going anyway. But, yeah. Don't even ask me what's going on with the goalkeepers. Goalkeeper situation at the minute is, so far, Trafford's doing his medical today. Ederson is staying apparently. Ortega is being looked at apparently by a few clubs. But we've got 4 goalkeepers at the minute. That's if Trafford signs, we've got 4 goalkeepers. We've got Trafford, Ederson, Ortega and Bettinelli. Bettinelli ain't going anywhere. He's only just signed. Although he won't play, he'll just be that he's just a replacement for Carson. He's just going to be the morale. He's just going to be clapping the lads as they're going, ooh, come on, boys. He ain't going to be doing a whole lot of goalkeeping, especially when we get Trafford and Edison, and they're going to be scrapping over game time as it is. Ortega, the best decision, the best outcome for us is Ortega going. Whether that happens, don't know. Edison could still go. I reckon if they get the right offer, then they could let him go. Pep said he won't stand in his way. So, who knows? But yeah, Trafford should be a Manchester City player by the end of the week. Doing his medical today, although a majority of his medical today. And then we shall see. Just my point of view, I reckon Trafford will be the #1 keeper next season. I reckon he starts that first game against Wolves. So just to summarise, for me, right? Akanji out, Phillips out, Grealish out, McAtee out, Kovacic out, Ortega out. Loanees, Echeverry, Bob, Naipan. Possibly Nico O'Reilly and Rico Lewis as well. Even then, if all that happens, we'd still have round about 22 players in the squad. So we'd still have players missing out. And you know those players would be, I don't even want to say. I can't say who's going to be left out, and who's going to be dropped from week to week. Now, hopefully, we stay in a lot of competitions, and if we can't shave this team down, hopefully stay in a lot of competition so that we can get game time to each and every one of them. But also, that's not what we need. We need a squad that is playing every week. We need a starting 11 that is week in, week out, game in, game out, so they can get used to playing with each other, especially that centre-back partnership. So the problem is, I think Diaz and Guardiola are going to start. I want Husanov to start. I reckon a back 5/back 3 would work with Husanov on the right-hand side of that centre-back trio, with Diaz in the middle and then Vardiol on the other side. But we all know Pep's not going to do that. So the centre-back partnership, I think, is going to be Diaz and Vardiol, and Aït-Nouri and Núñez either side. Very, very attacking. Diaz hasn't got the pace, so Vardiol needs to be on it next season. Unless he does start playing Husanov, which I think he really, really should. I think he really, really should. But let's wait and see, because I'm not Mystic Meg. Let's rate this transfer window. 2 out of 10. Stuff needs to be done. 2 out of 10. Obviously, the incomings, very, very happy with the incomings. I'd say a 9 out of 10. I'm happy with Shirky, I'm happy with Reinders, I'm happy with Aït-Nouri, I'm happy with the other players that came in January, the Marmouche, the Husanov, the Hives. But yeah, this window, because they haven't got rid of the dead wood, it's 2 out of 10. Let me know what you think about that. Who should go? Who should stay? But yeah, 2 out of 10. That's all I've got for you. I want to hear your opinions in the comments. Like the video. Let's try and get to 50. We nearly made it last time. Got 47 out of 50, I think. Yeah, let's try and get a 50. Like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.